It was an unusual start to Friday's This Morning programme.
Today, Philip would like to share something with you. And to help him do that, he's here with his on-screen partner, but more importantly, his friend, Holly.
Philip Schofield, the presenter who usually helps guests share part of their lives with viewers, instead today shared a part of his, revealing that he is gay.
We sit here every day, and I'm over there, and some amazingly brave, incredible person is sitting here, and I'm listening to their story and thinking, oh my God, you're so brave, oh my God, you're so brave. And I'm thinking, I have to be that person. I have to be that person. Because I think all you can be in your life is honest with yourself. And I was getting to the point where I knew I wasn't honest with myself. I was getting to the point where I didn't like myself very much because I wasn't being honest with myself.
Just minutes earlier, he shared the news on his Instagram account to his almost 3 million followers. A statement read today by his co-host, Holly Willoughby.
You never know what is going on in someone's seemingly perfect life, what issues they are struggling with, or the state of their well-being. And so you won't know that what has been consuming me for the last few years. With the strength and support of my wife and my daughters, I've been coming to terms with the fact that I am gay.
A revelation he made after 27 years of marriage to his wife, Stephanie Lowe, to whom he paid tribute today.
She is amazing.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
She's incredible. I've never in my life, there is no one in my life who would have supported me the way, as a wife, as the way she supported me. She's astonishing, literally astonishing.
How are you, all right?
It was as a children's presenter that Philip Schofield got his big break in the 1980s. A career spanning 35 years that's seen him become a household name.
And I'll be by your side forever.
Thank you, madam.
But it is on This Morning where he felt the most comfortable to reveal and speak about
We're all part of this family, our family.
this most intensely personal part of his life. Sejal Karia, ITV News.
And joining me now is Robbie de Santos from the Stonewall charity, which campaigns for the equality of LGBTQ plus people across the UK. What impact does this have on not just the gay community, but I think society as a whole in this country?
You know, Philip Schofield is such a household name. I grew up with Gordon the Gopher, and I think just someone of his profile, with his kind of recognition, just shows that LGBT people are part of every community, and that, you know, there are role models out there like Philip Schofield who can show that it's okay to be yourself and to live that truth, that it's not always easy. And I think what his story really shows is that it can be a real struggle for people. We need to remember that, so that when people around us are going through that struggle as well, we can be there to support them.
And of course, you know, he's 57. You know, you think 30 years ago, it would have been perhaps inconceivable for him to have come out in that environment, trying to be a children's television presenter and so on. And I suppose you must hear from a lot of married men who are of his age who must have struggled the same way and still are today.
Yeah, I mean, 30 years ago, the government introduced legislation to stop schools, teachers talking about homosexuality to young people. So it was a really, really different time back then. It was really, really troubling. And so it's not surprising that there's people like Philip and many others who've had to bottle it up and put it aside and, you know, live a life that maybe wasn't their truth. It's just really great that he's felt able to do that now. And I hope he gives inspiration to many others who maybe still are struggling.
And what is your advice? I mean, you're a charity who must hear from a lot of people who have still their fears about the impact on their family, children, neighbours, work colleagues and so on. What is your advice to somebody watching today or who might know somebody who's also struggling?
I mean, it's always difficult, whether you're in your 50s or whether you're 15. It's always going to be challenging, and you're always going to be faced with that uncertainty. So I'd say that there's two pieces of advice. One, to people who are questioning themselves, is, you know, explore that truth, take your time, do it when it's right to you, and reach out to someone who you think you can trust. Know that you've got to be patient. And to those who are around LGBT people and people who are questioning, just remember to be supportive and, you know, think about your reactions, because that first reaction to someone coming out is going to make all the difference to them.